Hey guys, so welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the INCOG holster. It's made from G-Code and it's a joint venture they made with Haley Strategic Products. It's designed to be carried inside the waistband or appendix inside the waistband carry as I have it set up here. It's a great discreet method for carrying a full-size or close to full-size handgun, as well as the bonus of being able to incorporate a spare magazine for it as well. Hey guys, so let's take a closer look at this. One of the first things people will notice is this tactical fuzz on the INCOG here. This tactical fuzz won't absorb moisture, and it basically keeps a little bit of something between your body and the Kydex itself. If you ever had a pure Kydex holster up against your body for any amount of time, it doesn't have that right feel to it, and with nothing being there between all that plastic in your body, it seems like to me the moisture and heat increase there because of that. It increases the moisture and the sweat, and it gets uncomfortable after a little while. You're still going to have some of those issues no matter what kind of holster you've got up against your body, but the addition of this tactical fuzz really helps. Today I'm out wearing a black shirt. I'm not sure if you can quite tell how soaked it is. It's about 93 degrees here today. The Midwest heat is really kicking in here toward the end of August. Another feature are clips here. These clips have a negative angle on them, which helps naturally cant the holster inward toward your body, whether you're wearing an appendix or over on the side. That's a great extra feature to help add to that level of concealability. The clips as well have this latch underneath that'll grab onto the bottom of your belt to prevent it from coming out when you draw your gun. The friction alone should hold it in place, but if for whatever reason it's loose, whatever, you're not going to lose it. It's going to stay in place right where it belongs. The other feature of this is, here's the holster part. The holster is modular. This is the extra standalone magazine pouch you can get for it that attaches right here. I have mine with the magazine pouch. It's extremely handy for appendix inside the waistband to have that extra magazine right there, basically right at your center line. It's a really nice addition. It's got the tactical fuzz on it as well. I've got some little adjustment screws on here so you can somewhat vary the tension a little bit. I tighten mine down just a slight amount. It's inside your body, especially appendix inside the waistband. It's not like it's going to go anywhere, but it's just that little bit more positive retention that's kind of nice. They make this two different options. This is the lower profile, the top right here on the back where your firearm would go. And basically this would stick up slightly higher as it rides against your body for the higher profile. I didn't get the higher profile. I'm somewhat torn as to whether or not I should have or not. You guys seen some of my other Glocks. I've got some of the scalloped edges on it, the rough texture finish, which has those scalloped edges or fish gills on them, and that riding up against your body can be very uncomfortable if you don't have an undershirt or something else. So for something like that, I would recommend it. For something like a standard Glock like this, standard XD, M&P, probably not going to be that big of a deal, and the lower inside is probably going to be fine. All the edges on this are nice and beveled. They're polished, so there's no rough. Nothing's going to snag up against your body, tear up your stomach, your side, anything like that as well. Now the interesting thing about this is you can see where the barrel ends right here. It ends right here on the end. You can actually fit a G17 in here if you want. The barrel, of course, will stick out further. But that's another nice thing. If you're not familiar with holsters, sometimes swap in and out. If they've got that open-ended bottom, you can go ahead and just stick that in there anyway, and it'll carry just fine. Let's talk a little bit about the magazine pouches on the side here. It's an add-on item, and it's an option that you can get. I got it with mine, and for appendix inside the waistband carry, it is great. Puts your magazine center line for you. It's really quick to get to ease in reloads, and it fits there. There's room for it. It's comfortable. It doesn't add any real bulk or anything to the carry system. It's great, and it's far superior than having a separate standalone mag carrier or just slipping something into your back pocket. And one of the dings that I would give this holster in this setup with the spare magazine pouch is if you're carrying inside the waistband on your side. It's somewhat of a user issue as well. So basically, you've got your magazine, and you want to index it when it goes into your pistol the exact same way every time, no matter where it's at on your setup, in your kit. So you're going to have it in that sort of fashion, especially where that leading edge loop is, and whether you're talking about an XD, M&P, whatever, you're going to have that leading edge lip on the front of it. So in this case, it's Glock 19. So what happens is, if it's on your side, when you draw straight up, if you don't come up and clear it enough before you rotate your arm up, what's going to happen is you're going to grab it and snag that magazine as you come up. And it's happened once or twice to me. I mean, generally, if you're going to draw, you're going to come up high enough. You're going to want to index your pectoral muscle anyway, depending on your technique. And you should be up high enough to clear it every time. Under stress, it's one of those things, a user, operator, whichever. Obviously, without the magazine pouch on your side, it's not going to be an issue at all. So there's no issues there. And for inside the waistband, dominant side carry, I would probably say I would carry this without it just because of the extra width it gives it. I like something more compact when I carry inside the waistband on the side. So for me, I would just unbolt this, and it's really easy to unscrew and just take that right off. Although this really shines in Appendix inside the waistband carry, which is where I carry it, so I leave this on here all the time. And then I've always got an extra 17 rounds on tap ready to go at all times. One last feature here, guys, on your clips. If you look, they have these mounting holes here, and they actually sell some other different clips with 4 and 5 hole variants as well. What that does is it allows you to modify the height up and down of the holster as it carries in relation to your belt line. So if you like it a little higher, you can carry higher. If you like it lower, you can carry lower. This is the way it came in the factory setup for me, and I think I prefer it because it holds just at the right level where I'm not fighting my belt when I go to grab for it. I'm not fighting to get my fingers dug underneath the belt in order to get to the grip of the handgun. It carries just slightly above it, which is nice. Another huge benefit is when you're sitting, you can adjust the height so that Appendix inside the waistband carry is one of those things where if you don't have a good holster for it, it cannot be comfortable. Just like any other type of holster that you're going to, type of carry you're going to endure, if you don't have the proper gear, holster, belt, it's going to be more difficult. It's at least going to be uncomfortable anyway. And then your presentations can suffer from there. You get sloppy and things turn out pretty bad. So having this at the right level, just enough to grab it, get your fingers underneath it, and then as well, it being just high enough so that when you sit, be it in a car, table at a restaurant, it's not digging into your leg, which sometimes some other holsters, they can sit down just, in my opinion, a little too low, and then you wind up digging into your leg as you're sitting, especially on a long car ride or something like that. If you've got something behind your back, especially if you're belted into a car, if you're not used to practicing and transitioning, which you should be, if you're not used to it, it can be very difficult, especially if you carry really far back past the 4 o'clock point, let's say, to actually access your handgun in a vehicle, especially you get center consoles and other things to contend with. Carrying Appendix inside the waistband, with this setup, your belt is going to be just below, at least when I wear it, the belt's going to be just below this holster where you can actually grab from the top of your handgun and still get out and present it. So you're not necessarily having to deal with a seatbelt issue if you wind up coming into some sort of situation you weren't ready for. Something else to keep in mind as you're picking your carry spots. Alright guys, so some parting thoughts. Appendix inside the waistband carry is not for your novice shooter. Something you should be trained on. You should have a solid grasp on your handgun, its functions, how you operate it, and most importantly, knowing to keep your finger off the bang switch until you've made a conscious decision to fire. That's one of the most important things. If you have a negligent discharge in Appendix inside the waistband carry, it could end your life very, very quickly. You've got your femoral artery, which this thing is going to be orientated very close to, and it's the same thing with any of the Appendix inside the waistband carry holsters. So definitely it's something you want to be up to speed on and not be a novice at. Otherwise, some parting thoughts, this thing carries really nicely up against the body. That negative cant helps to hold it in toward your body very well, and it conceals extremely well also. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I've also got a much more detailed review on this holster over at thebangswitch.com. I'm a staff writer over there. So go ahead and check that out as well. You can always find us at Facebook and ask your questions there, facebook.com/gunreviews, as well as www.13cgunreviews.com. Thanks so much, everybody. Be safe.